being a nice guy is a ruse for sex.
What?
Yes.
That's what that meant?
Yes.
A ruse?
So unpack
The
that. I don't know what
fuck
you're
is
talking
that
Yeah.
mean?
So
It's like manifest.
It's a pretty good. It's actually what has happened is men have adopted a failed seduction strategy.
So you're live. We're live from the womb of Herman's Hideaway.
I feel like that's a really creepy way to put it. I don't agree with that. I'm gonna lay my thoughts and feelings out about that right now.
I think you should.
As your new co-host.
It's a womb. It's a room, not with a view. We don't have a view of anything. And this is our hashtag Jerry. If Jerry were here, he would tell you that he produces our radio shows on KZKO, KZKOradio.com.
You had to think
about that, yeah.
Did you forget what radio station we're on?
No, I forgot. I couldn't remember if it was KZKO dot something. It's KZKOradio.com. My show is called Counterculture, Colorado and Beyond. And your show?
My show is called Master Control.
Master Control. All things geek.
All things geek. Geek lifestyle, geek everything.
And if Jerry were here, he would say, what an awesome show you have.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe, but we don't know because Jerry's not here.
Oh my gosh. He's not here. Let's volunteer him for something.
Volunteer him for what?
Oh, you know what? Make-A-Wish Foundation is having a concert for Make-A-Wish on Saturday, October 8th, this Saturday, here. And Alyssa is, they're raising money for a little girl named Alyssa to have her make her wish. She wants to go to Disney and meet princesses.
Aw.
And do you remember when?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I keep quoting you.
I'm sorry.
Because I say, what's wrong with me? I'm a princess. Remember?
Well, it just reminds me of like everybody, like whenever they'd like win something, they'd be like, I'm going to Disneyland.
I'm going to Disney World. There he is. There's our hashtag Jerry Myers in the
Jerry.
house.
Sorry,
Did you get some water?
I did.
Good for you.
We just almost nagsed you. Like,
I'll
I'm
stick my
nags.
neck out for you, Nag.
I was
Jerry.
I was
I'm
volunteering
Jerry.
you for Make-A-Wish this
I'm
Saturday.
Jerry.
I've done that. I've actually done the
Have you?
kickball tournament.
Oh, they're having a concert here on it's October 8th
Are they really?
for for
Nice.
Alyssa.
Yeah, I did the kickball tournament last year out at Dick's.
Did you play?
I did.
I'm gonna make you sit at the table and take donations.
All right, I'll do it.
All right.
I'm in. Done and done.
We didn't even have to do it while I was gone.
You already just agreed to that. Don't you remember, like a second ago, when you thought you were getting water, but you were actually sitting right here agreeing to things?
That must be it. Yes, absolutely. That was my that was my other personality coming
So
through.
tell us about yourself, Jerry. Jerry, well, like I said, produces our radio shows on KZKO Radio.
I do. I produce those radio shows as well as some other community type of radio shows. I'm working through building another interest as well. So show development and incubators and things like that. So working through a few things here in town.
Yeah, you have an entrepreneurial brain.
I guess.
I'm working through some incubators myself.
You're entrepreneur.
In
Pokemon Go.
Yes,
Valor!
yes, Valor Pride.
Are you playing yet?
No, I am not. A grown-ass man, so.
Yeah, right. You know what? When you start, you won't go back. Liz, are you? Liz in the booth. She's our brains of this whole operation. Why are you so dark? There's no
I
light
forgot
on you.
to turn on the light.
Oh, you gotta.
no.
We're not gonna see you. Do you play? Are you
Liz.
playing Pokemon Go?
Classic. I'm kidding.
Classic
I don't
Liz.
even know. I'm just
We
throwing
have-
out classics here. I'm just making them as I go.
We have 3 accounts.
3 Pokemon Go's?
3.
Oh my god.
You know what I found? You know what we found in my backyard in Onyx?
Yeah, I'm super jealous about that. I can't believe you didn't call me right away so I could be there in like 2 minutes. I've been looking for Onyx everywhere.
I didn't know it was special.
Are you kidding me?
I just go with it.
No
I
right
worked
to
best
play
from
this
an
game.
area of ignorance.
You have no right to play this game.
No,
Yes,
yeah, we got
Liz.
an Onyx.
Hey, Liz.
Your little brother loves
Rub it
it.
on in.
He says it all the time.
Snake looking thing. You didn't even know what it was called. You had to look it up.
Big snake. Do you have an Onyx, Liz?
Oh, yeah, we have some.
Ooh, so.
Oh, yeah,
I
just
think
rub
we-
it on in.
No, I think we have 1 in one of the accounts.
What level are you? Why do you have 3?
Oh, it's a long story.
not have 3?
But basically, my son would hit his max. Like, you can only have, like, I don't know how many 100 Pokemon.
Oh.
And so he'd be like, instead of like, you know, transferring them or whatever, he's like, I just want to start a new account, start fresh. I was like, well, I'm not.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to stifle you. Go ahead.
That's like filling up a whole like wine card and not getting the free bottle at the end.
True.
What free bottle? Where's free bottles? Where's my free bottle? I didn't hear about free bottles.
Yeah, where's
See
this
how?
liquor store at?
What'd you
It's
say?
actually right by my house.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I fill those things up all the time. I mean, like, not
Nice.
that I'm a drunk, but like, you know.
What are you
functional.
talking about?
I'm functional. Free wine, duh.
Like you buy so many, you get one
job.
free.
Yeah.
Right.
And they give you a free one based on, they get the prices written down on like how much you buy, and then at the end they average it out and you get that bottle free.
Nice.
Oh.
So if you like buy $20 bottles constantly, you get like a $20 bottle free.
Oh.
Nice.
How many do you have to buy?
Like 8, 12.
I think we have to get them as a sponsor.
Yeah, they love me. They probably would.
The best sponsors are the ones you already talk about anyway.
Right.
That you love
This
to talk
is true.
about, and you love the people that
Part of your constituency.
mine.
Yeah. I mean, you want to go towards your
Yeah,
own
yes, exactly.
constituency in order to develop those. Yeah, absolutely.
Because you know what, you have to have a relationship with them, and if you don't like them, that's a lot harder.
That's
You
right.
can't tell me what to do.
Oh my gosh, this girl, she argues. We were in LA. She argued with the navigator.
Well, it's
Navigator
told me
says,
what to do.
turn left at the next stop, and she's like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll turn right.
I'll do what I want.
Maybe
You
I'll
can
see what
catch
you're
up.
going to do.
And I
about
had to
it.
go to the bathroom, and she was doing it purposefully to keep me in pain. It was ridiculous. I said, I'm going to jump out of this car.
Take a hobo.
Take a hobo pee right on the side of the road. Anyway, this is supposed to be about Jerry.
No, this is great. This is good. Keep going. This is good.
Well, we want to see like what kind
she
of
said.
expertise you have with since we're talking about topics, and the hashtag actually gets to give his input. This first segment is you can talk as much as you want because it's
I
about
see.
you.
It's about me.
But then we ask your input during the show, and you know this because you were here before.
I do.
And if you talk too much, we get to tell you to just shut your mouth,
STFU.
and you have to do it
Right.
immediately. Not like on the radio show.
But you can't tell me what to do.
Nobody's gonna try.
So it's just like real life.
Yes, exactly. It's like marriage, actually.
It's basically just, what we do,
That's the
Yeah.
way life goes normally.
Yeah.
All right, I get it.
What do you do
Well,
for a living? I mean, you do
So
produce.
So I do production. I'm like I said, I'm working on a few interests here with show development and station development, and then I also have sort of a day job where I work on sort of very high level, large scale information systems, in a certain area that I'm not really able to talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You have clearance?
Those records are permanently sealed. I can't really talk about that.
Well, don't tell me, because then you'd have to kill me.
Or at least I'd have to try.
Go to his boss and say, "No, I tried.
No,
Swear."
I tried. I
did. I
couldn't
tried.
find her. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find her.
They'll be like, "You were sitting on a couch right next to her." Dude, we don't buy it. We're not buying it.
Sorry, that's it for you.
That's really interesting. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you travel a lot with that.
I do, yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's in the healthcare space, so it's kind of sensitive. So I mean, I can't really go into
No, that's fine.
too much
You know
detail
what
about it, but
you know what I haven't heard from you is you did radio before
I did.
a long time ago.
I did.
What'd you do?
Oh, geez, I did like on air at a show called The Edge of Night that I did from 7 to midnight in like L.A. I did it in Charleston, South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia. Worked in Chicago,
Really?
places like that.
Was it music?
Yeah, no,
You
yeah,
DJ?
rock, sort of, yeah.
Metal?
I did everything from classic rock to metal, so sort of in between all those areas.
Very cool.
Never did any pop. I never really got that.
Yeah.
Didn't really work for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Okay, we're gonna go to a break.
Cool.
You're done now
I'm over.
until we ask you.
That's it for me.
If we need testosterone, we will say, "Oh, hey, but you might be sleeping. You might have to
you
pour the
never
water
know.
on your
You
face."
know me, I might pop off anyway, so.
That's what she said.
You will pop. He will. He'll interject.
I will,
Yeah.
no doubt. I
We'll just
can't
throw the
help
water on.
myself.
Classic
Anyway, we
story.
gotta go. Thank you, Liz. Liz is going, "Hey, the music's getting louder." Okay, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere because you're invited into the ladies' room.
Herman's Hideaway on the corner of Iowa and Broadway. Your favorite independent anti-corporate venue featuring Westward's best patio. Now serving award-winning food. From metal to jazz to hip-hop, Herman's Hideaway has something for everyone. And if you want to book your act at Herman's Hideaway, email booking@hermanshideaway.com or call 303-777-2535. There's only one venue, family owned and operated for over 50 years. Holding it down in Denver. Go to hermanshideaway.com for more information and show listings.
We want to take advantage of this area as the highest concentration of cannabis centers anywhere in the world. If you're looking for cannabis in Colorado, you should come to the Green Mile.
Colorado Harvest Company.
$30 seconds.
WORLDVIRAL.
Motel Mini. Motel Mini. Hi, Mom, I love you.
WORLDVIRAL.
You're welcome back to the ladies' room. How cool is it that you guys get to kind of come in and hear what we talk about as girlfriends? Yeah, I think so.
I think it's pretty
A
awesome.
little bit of insight for the dudes, maybe.
Absolutely.
A little bit of fear, healthy fear. It's all good.
We are cool.
So this segment's called Just Between Friends, and I'm going to take this segment to introduce you to Phee. Phee is a singer-songwriter here locally and pop star extraordinaire. We have a little clip, I think, the first clip of something we did together. That'll give you some insight as to her personality, I think.
Yeah, I'm a pop singer. I don't do insight.
Diva much? Diva?
I don't do
anything. I sing. I do stage.
I do.
Here we go.
Pop music.
I think it's coming up.
That's
This is
what
called
she
Phee
said.
and Me. You're going to see a little bit of Phee and Me for a minute. I've got 3
I'm
clips
Phee,
for you.
she's me.
Me. Megan. The Fury.
Oh no. The tired elbows? Really?
Yes.
The tired elbows? That's where we're
Kinda.
going with? Okay. You know what?
No.
I'm sorry I drugged you.
Like gangsta bosses not only walk around smoking cigars, but they also drug the beesies they're with. That's what happened. Oh. I'm not doing it. I wouldn't even take. You made me buy all that crap. And then we never used it because I was high. You said it was better than Sudafed, and it's not. It's
No.
the Splenda of Sudafed.
It's way better than Sudafed.
Splendifed.
Thank you.
Yeah. The Splenda. So I have a gift for you to thank you for coming on tonight and being with me consecutively throughout.
presents.
I know.
Surprise.
Surprise. There you
Huzzah.
go, Phee.
What is this?
It's a present.
I see that.
What? That's what presents look like?
Do you want me to hold your
Yeah, I would.
mic?
Hold this.
I'll hold it.
Hold this.
Drum roll, please.
What?
Oh, that's my kind of girl.
Yeah, get the big thing out of there. Shake it up, girl. Because that is all the crap we bought at that store that never got used.
Still in the wrap.
Yes. It never got used. And
Right.
I just happened to have found it, and I was like, oh, perfect. Get that big thing out, the gigantic bling thing. Yeah.
Oh, my.
Look. And there was a big white cross that she was going to use to kill the old Phee, and it's still in my garage.
No, I have the cross now because I was. Remember you gave it to me
Oh,
for
did
the
you use
music
it?
video?
So that's the
No,
music
I
video
just-
for Mexico.
Took a bite out of a heart and spat it and then slapped my boyfriends with it.
When is that going to be out?
Well,
Mexico, right?
yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for the other. I'm gonna need these.
Well, we can get them later. Why'd you throw them?
I
Just made it rain up in here.
Appliques.
Yeah, we got a lot of appliques. We got a lot of bling, and they sat there. How long? That was a long time ago. That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
They've been sitting.
It was a really long time
Yeah.
ago. That's hilarious. I was wondering.
I can't
where these
believe
went.
I've even saw them. That's crazy.
What a fun present.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Thanks.
Use them.
I'll use them. I'll use them the same way I use.
Curly Jefferson.
Yeah.
So tell us about yourself.
Okay, well, the music video is hopefully going to be out by Halloween because it's pretty Halloween-y themed. If not, I'm going to just like release it maybe like, at a really awkward time that, Halloween things don't happen, like maybe Christmas or Easter, just to...
Because you're biting a heart and you got blood all over you.
Oh my God, yeah, I bit the crap out of that heart. Like it was dripping down my
It was a real
face.
heart, Jerry.
Yeah, it was a real heart.
Was it really a real heart?
Yeah.
Pig heart.
Pig heart.
I don't play games.
Damn.
I don't play
She's
games.
a mob boss.
So you got a thing for pig heart.
No, I don't have a thing for pig hearts. I just have a thing for eating hearts.
You're going to hear some of Mexico in a minute. Do you have Yeah, let's hear that. Let's hear some. Eating heart. I like chicken hearts.
I like taking bites out of hearts and
you ever
then
eaten
slapping my boyfriends with them. In the face. It's a true story. It happened.
Wow. That was a little bit too much information. Okay, are they in the video?
One of them.
Oh.
The other one was right there for it, though.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, it was hilarious. Poor Lily.
How long? Now, you wrote Mexico.
That was like freaking 3 years ago now, maybe.
Was it?
Maybe
4.
even longer.
Yeah.
It was, like 2.5, 3 years, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Check
it was
the
about
YouTube.
3, I think, because the kids
Whatever.
were 4 and 3. Yeah.
I don't pay attention to things. I sing pop music. I don't do remembering ages.
Cabbage.
Dates, times, locations.
No.
Anything like that.
Is she late to the radio show? All I know is she goes in public bathrooms and she never comes out. Is she? She's late?
Constantly.
Yeah,
Constantly?
Yeah, she's late. Yeah.
I don't do
Times?
on
I don't do.
time.
I mean, there's fee time and then there's the regular clock. So
Yeah.
you have to understand that.
You have to understand that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You get me.
I do.
Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome.
And amazingly enough, she said one of her boyfriends was even slower than her.
I don't see how that's possible. You're dating a kid with Down syndrome? What's going on?
Oh!
Oh! I'm sorry, that was mean.
Ouch!
That was not okay.
Ouch!
But are you?
Dude. No!
But are you? But are you?
Seriously, are you?
No.
Okay.
No?
All right.
Lupus? I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
Listen, we're going to have some words here, my friend.
Only trying to ask questions.
No, welcome to Colorado. They smoke weed.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
So they're on weed time.
Weed time.
Well,
They're
one of
on
them's
weed
on
time.
weed time.
Word.
Do we have Mexico, Liz?
Trying to pull it up.
All
Our
right,
internet's being finicky.
Okay. Just interrupt us when you ever get it.
Okay.
It's gonna be
So
fun.
what was the background for that one, if you want to?
Mexico?
She's like, well,
Wow.
it's a country.
You
in
guys smoking
lower
weed in the
part of
green
North
room?
America.
What's going on over there?
I
Are
don't
you
smoke
high?
weed. I really don't actually. I know it's surprising.
Not
So
really.
what inspired you for the lyrics to Mexico?
Mexico?
That's what I just.
Okay.
Wow.
We're in a loop. This is called a loop. We're in
Yeah.
a loop now.
We're in the feed
No,
loop.
I don't know. There was a lot that went into it. Actually, full disclosure, the thing that inspired me for Mexico was an experience I had that made me discover that I am 100% polyamorous.
Polyamory.
Polyamory.
What's that all about?
Polyamory.
We've talked about that on here and on Counterculture
Yeah.
a little bit
That's why you gotta ask.
because some people
kidding.
haven't heard.
I'm just.
So what is
Sorry.
polyamory?
Just it means multiple loves.
Multiple loves.
Like you break it down, it's just like so. It's like multiple relationships. That's it.
I see.
Like it's like honestly, just like accepting the fact that you can have multiple people that you love at the same time, and everyone can be cool.
So the key here is simultaneous, not serial.
Yeah, no, that's called
And it's not-
serial
Right, right.
monogamy.
Right.
And
Ah,
then you
yeah,
have
yeah.
monogamy one after the other. Polyamory is the same time.
Gotcha.
Okay, all right, but it's not just sex. That's swinging, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, that's swinging. That's just like it's like sport.
What is
Sports sex.
polyamory?
No, swinging.
Okay, I think we got
Swinging,
Mexico up.
All right.
Nice.
That's awesome. I really like that. A lot of people love that song.
I love
do.
My Heart, Mexico.
Where can people hear? Where can people download or buy your stuff? Why do you
Mexico?
always?
I'm just kidding.
I'm
No,
gonna
you
get
can-
a cattle prod.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You can get it on iTunes. It should still be on Spotify. You can get it CD Baby everywhere.
CD baby.
YouTube.
I haven't heard of that.
YouTube,
One.
you can get
definitely.
it. But if you steal it from me, I'll find you.
We will
And she's
find
really good
you.
with throwing knives. So just saying.
Yeah.
I just know that. And she also has a crossbow. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's not a threat. It's a promise.
90
Steal it, I
pound
dare you.
It's a
I'm
promise.
kidding. I'm not.
Now, okay, so but you're working on a concept album,
Yep.
and it's tell us about that. It's a concept. Wait a minute, I can't remember what dystopian universe. Yeah,
Yes, it's a
dystopian. What does that word mean?
It's
Jerry?
the opposite.
Yeah, the opposite of utopian. So
Oh.
George Orwell, 1984, would be
Oh,
yeah,
a
it's
great
like
example of a dystopian sort of piece of work. Right?
okay.
yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
it's an unutopia. It's like an ugly utopia.
Yeah, it is.
It is dystopia.
And you're working. Tell everybody who you're working with. This is like a big deal. You're working with a
yeah.
guy in LA.
Yeah, I'm working with Tim Jones. I don't know, maybe Chuck. Maybe you've heard of it.
The series Chuck. Have you heard of it?
No, I don't think I have.
I wish you would stop
Liz,
slacking, Jerry.
have you heard of the? Do you know the? Yeah, just tell him to be quiet. Just shut your mouth. Shut it. Shut it. Shut it.
SDFU.
Liz, have you heard of you? Have you ever seen the series Chuck or heard of it? It's the geek who works at. It's like the Geek Squad, but it's a take on Best Buy. But he's really a. You haven't seen it?
I
You don't
haven't
know?
seen it.
How are people? Every time I ask, nobody's seen it. It's got like
Some people
7
do.
seasons.
No, but the people who have seen it and are Chuck fans are like hella Chuck fans, like
Yeah.
get down. But yeah, no, it's got Zachary Levi is Chuck and Yvonne Strahovski. Most people know her from Dexter, the blonde at the end. That's like the two.
It's a
super
great
main
show.
people. It's got Adam Baldwin as one of them.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it's awesome. It's
the
my favorite
Jeffster.
show.
The Jeffster.
Jeffster's
They've got a
fantastic.
Jeffster.
But yeah, no, it's a good show, and the music for it is fantastic, and they tribute so many nerdy things, but like it's gangster at the same time. So I think it's gonna come out really nice.
So
wait,
she's a
gangster
huge.
nerdy. Is that what you just
Yes.
said?
I'm sorry, have we met? Hi, I'm Phee.
This is Phee, gangster nerd. Don't you know her?
I'm a
Mob
nerd
boss
and I'm a
extraordinaire.
G.
I love that term, gangster nerd.
I know,
love
it's
that. That's awesome.
She always
That's what
comes
I
up with
Gangster
these
nerd, baby.
new words. But
That's right.
so she's a huge fan of Chuck. So she looked at who made the music was made specifically for the series.
Right.
And so she contacted him. He's in LA, and he said, "Yeah, let's work on a concept
Wow.
album." I know.
That's amazing.
You want to
It's
know
very
what's super
cool.
funny is like what he admitted to me like last time I was out there, like, and we were working together. Because like at this point, like I met his like he's like my family wants to meet you, like everybody's like people by to like come say what's up, and like then this last time I was out there, we were like sitting there, and he's like, yeah, so full disclosure, my cat's named Phee.
Yeah, he has a cat named Phee.
Because I showed up the first time, and he's like, yeah, no, I haven't actually listened to anything or actually looked you up. I was like, bro, you like agreed to meet with me, like, and like you don't even know anything, like I could be a serial killer.
Yeah, he's in the industry. He's a working producer, music. What do you call him? What's his name? I mean, his title. What is
He's a producer, composer.
Composer, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he does mostly like TV shows, movies. Yeah, he's worked on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that the last thing that you guys worked on was really cool, and that wasn't for the one that you have a music video for. It's a new one, right?
Arrival was him.
Right. Arrival.
Yeah, no, I know, but there was another song you were working on. Anyway, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
Well, we're working on a full album.
Yeah,
maybe you've heard of it.
I said concept album.
It's called
Eclan.
Eclan, Arrival.
No, it's crazy, and actually, I've got like a whole comic book series that's gonna go along with it.
Yeah, because you did 2 Comic-Cons this year, yeah?
Yeah, I performed at 2 Comic-Cons. I'm doing Mile High Con the
Coming
29th.
up soon, right? Yeah, it's coming up soon.
Yeah,
Gangster
really
nerd.
soon,
Gangster nerd.
Yeah, dude, I brushed my shoulders off on the regs.
Should do Gangster Comic Con. That would be awesome.
Gangster Comic-Con.
I'm gonna come up with my freaking grill.
Yeah.
Like, what up, my high con? You ready to hear about my comic books?
I think you should.
I'm gonna do it. I need a grill now.
Your teeth are so pretty.
Yeah, they'll be even prettier, plated in gold that says "Feezus" across it.
I think you need a banner that says Phee, Gangsta
You
Nerd.
almost said "Feezus," didn't you?
Yeah, Phee, Gangsta Nerd. Well, we have a clip from Eclan, so Liz, whenever that's ready, just let me know.
Arrival off the album Clon.
I'm sorry, I got that transposed.
Chickity check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Okay, I will.
You know what?
Okay. Hey Liz.
Yes.
Can you pull up the video connect that I gave you with the music video? Arrival Phee.
Because it's gangsta.
Nerd.
How dare you?
The timestamps on that card, the last one.
You
the
can't
bottom
use that
ones
word.
I feel
Only
like-
we can use that word.
I feel like you need like
What is she
Patsy
saying?
Weber from
is
Happy
it?
Days and
Arrival,
some
right?
cornrows and
Yeah.
things like
And
that.
Yeah, just if you search Phee Arrival, there you go.
And there's
there you
the
go.
timestamps. If you do those,
Top
I have a little clip there.
116. Here we go.
There we go.
Oh.
Boom. I just wanted to give a taste because you got to leave them hungry. Go to YouTube, watch that. Download it, but pay.
Leave them wanting more.
No, actually, that one's. I don't think you can download that one.
Oh, you can't?
Really?
You can
Yeah,
watch it.
it's like a Y.
You can like it.
No, you can like it. You can subscribe. You can follow.
And those are
Or you
our
could go
children
to iTunes and-
pretending to take pills because we train them up right. I'm kidding. We don't do that. Actually, they snort stuff, but I'm kidding. when TJ was on the show, that was her thing. You got to give them Benadryl, but they have to snort it.
Duly noted.
Duly noted. We don't do that.
It's a classic
Swear.
thing to do to kids.
It is. It's in the Mary Tyler Moore School of Parenting.
Yes.
Listen, we do it right up in here. I sing pop music. I
Mama's
don't
in the house.
do parenting.
I talk
I do
about it.
guidance, and that's always like very relative.
Smeh.
Smith.
No, that is a really good video. Watch it; it's very cool.
Thank you.
And the rest of the album, what do you think? Is there a time on that, or you guys are you still going out there and working on
It
it?
was supposed to be done by now.
And the
yeah,
comic
no, I'm
books?
still working on it. I've been talking to him the last few days about it, and actually, there's some other things that I can't really speak about right now with it.
Man, you two are all full of secrets. We're supposed to be
my.
talking, and all you can do is say, we can't really talk about that right now.
While I do that album, because there's a lot of life stuff that's just kind of gotten in
Yeah.
the way, that's kind of just delaying it. It's gonna happen, but it's just kind of delayed. But while I do that, I've actually been working on a lot of stuff as well with Eric Michaels from Rub-a-Dub.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
I like that reaction.
right? That's the reaction I have every time you put it on. I always go, I
love
I'm
this
so
song.
glad
I
you
love
put
this
that
song."
on. And I think we have a surprise for you because I thought, let's just show it. Let's show some of it.
Some Rub-a-Dub.
Yes.
Rub-a-dub.
Rub-a-dub.
Because you know how much I love that
Rub-a-dub-dub.
song. Yeah. On purpose.
No, of course
she
you
will.
love that.
She
Everybody
will.
loves that song. It's
She will.
Rub-a-Dub
It's awesome.
on the nub.
It's awesome.
Rub-a-dub-dub-dub.
Yeah, so that's Eric right there.
Nice.
You can see him grinding up on this BZ.
Nice.
We're throwing money.
Make
Because we make it rain on the hoes.
You look good in that. Look good on all of them. Oh,
Up against that sweet crack. She's be going
That's all
smack,
right.
smack. Plus she got a nice rack.
There you go.
That's
Yeah, so
horrible.
anyways, Eric
That's
and I
That's why I do
are we're collabing on like our own separate stuff, but then he had me join his project that he's had going on for a while, that he's made me like his other chick that he was working with bounced on him. So I've
see.
joined his project DDoS.
It's a flaky industry. It really is. It's very difficult, and it's difficult to find people that you can rely on.
It
so,
is.
I
I'm
mean,
stoked.
just show up. You know what I mean? Like that's.
We've already got one
huge.
song recorded. We're gonna and he goes hard. Like
Is it
hard.
rap that you're doing?
Yeah, it's a lot of rap. It's not all rap. It's like a kind of a mix. There's some kind of like more rock vibey songs. There's some, there's a lot of like mixture of rap and singing. It's a lot of, but it's all very like pop oriented, like alternative pop.
Nice.
Yeah, no, we get along really well. He's awesome.
How did you come? How did you get into pop? What did you start with?
With
Singing,
pop,
performing.
performing in general or pop music?
No, in general. What did you start with? How did that progress? Like, how did you morph yourself?
Into pop.
Oh my gosh. However, I don't know. Whatever that looks like to you. Okay, the Manhattan needs to go away.
You're wrong. No, I don't know. I've been singing my whole life, and when I first graduated high school, I went out to Hollywood, and I went to an acting school, and hated the ever living crap out of it. So I moved on to the school across the street, which is the one I really wanted to go to, Musicians Institute. I've been singing all my life, and then after I finished with that, I guess like more professionally style singing, like 10 years.
10 years. And I think I hear the
Wow.
music. We're going to go to a break. We'll finish up with Phee and after we come back. And more from Jerry, maybe, if we let him. Don't go anywhere. You're in the ladies' room on WorldViral.tv from
Save
the
me.
womb of Herman's
Save me.
Hideaway.
Help me.
Hideaway.
If you're getting high in Colorado today, enjoy it.
Colorado Harvest Company.
Colorado Harvest Company. Colorado Harvest Company. Colorado Harvest Company. Colorado Harvest Company. World Viral.
30, 40 seconds. Show. I think we're gonna go over.
Hey, it's Pat Searcy down here at National Speaker and Sound on South Broadway. Come down and see us. We're now carrying Charvel, EVH gear, along with Mesa Boogie, Paul Reed Smith, Nash guitars. Come check us out. Mention World Viral. Get 10% off.
10.
Welcome back to the ladies' room.
I'm not drinking Manhattans.
I think we should get some kind of toilet to put on this to make the man the hashtag to sit on. No, that would be
Really?
humiliating.
What am I, Al Bundy?
You know what I actually did? I actually did ROTC one quarter in college, and they had this big dinner. And at the end of this row, if you messed up like your manners or anything, you had to march down this long thing and take a drink out of the toilet. And they had like bananas that had been sitting there and chocolate bars that were. So it wasn't anything really. It wasn't real feces, but
And
I was terrified.
What was the point of this?
ROTC. It was humiliation.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
Abject
All right,
humiliation.
indeed.
Oh,
You seem like the
Indeed.
kind of people you want to kick it with.
yeah.
Right.
No. I mean, no, maybe.
Sounds like a real supportive, loving group.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
it's
like
all
everybody,
about a
like-
feel good.
Yeah, you know, like
You used the wrong fork.
love going on.
Nothing but love. Okay, so Phee, is there anything else you want to add? You want to tell people how we can reach you again, and we'll do that again at the end of the show.
Honestly, if you just go to my website, you got everything right there. It's phee.co because I'm too cool for M's. That's why I dropped my government name. And no, it's just phee.co. There's links to everything there. You can get to my iTunes. You can get to specific songs. You can get to YouTube. You can get everywhere from the website.
And you just recently played here at Herman's. That was a good show.
Yeah, not too long ago. It was a blasty blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I was yeah, and my next one coming up is just it's at Mile High Con on the 29th.
Where's that at?
Typically, I have to look it up again. I sing pop music. I don't do
directions,
in the Hyatt
planning,
Tech Center
or finding out
somewhere, something like
where
that?
my show
Here
is.
is it here though?
Classic Jerry.
Classic Jerry. Leaving his phone on while the cameras are on.
No, just keep your phone
Hey,
on.
no big deal. We're
Keep
trying to do a
your phone
show.
on. It's not a big deal.
All hail Black
Jeez.
Sabbath. All hail Black Sabbath. just
I
wanna
thought
point that out.
Avenged.
Avenged. Well, yes, but Black Sabbath as well. Gotta love Black Sabbath.
That song just reminds me of Guitar Hero.
At your show, he kept yelling something about being a king. I don't know. All hail the king.
Hail to the king.
You were feeling good.
That was awesome.
I tried to knock
That
him
was a
over by
great show.
jumping on him, and he just caught me.
Oh,
No,
It was like
great.
it's like we choreographed it.
that was
You
like,
know
yeah.
you're doing okay when you're singing pop music and you've got like goth people dancing to it.
Oh, it was
Right.
great. Liz was there, right?
Yeah.
That was awesome. The goth people come out when she's singing, and they were the ones out there dancing. I was
Yeah, they
like,
were
that
tearing
is
it
epic. That is so cool.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
really fun. It was a fun show. I
was.
would
That
love to.
was an awesome
Herman's
night.
is a
Do
fun.
it
It's a good
again.
venue.
I
It was a
like
great
it.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played here since I played in my punk band Smells the Cat.
That was what I was kind of trying to get at, like how artists kind of move from one thing to another because you're artists.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll move on. So
Moving on.
Good idea. That's an excellent choice.
this will be our serious topic. I came across something about this. Well, Liz has another clip for us because I came across this penile implant. What? Yeah, well, look at him straighten up. He's like,
what was
keep
his
him,
name?
stay away from me.
We got a video. Wanna
Yeah, we
see?
got a video.
What?
A friend of mine recently
Whoa,
said
whoa,
she
whoa,
woke up with a jerk, and I said, like a jerk, and I said, what was his name? But here we go. Check this out.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's the penile implant and the vulvic. Vulvic, is that a word? I just made it up. I think it is now.
Right?
It's a word now. Fat Tupac.
I think that's
Mug dogging.
Mug dogging
Mug
around.
dogging around.
like sex on the planet Vulcan.
Yeah.
love
I don't know what you
Vulcan.
just said, mumbling.
Mumble me over
Sex
here,
on the planet
classic
Vulcan.
Jerry.
Mumbly.
Sex on the planet Vulcan?
That's right, Volvic.
Oh, Volvic.
You
Oh,
gotta
gotcha.
hit the Volvic.
Yeah. So they sing together, and then
Vulcan high five.
if somebody's having sex, it alerts the other's cell phone. So Jerry, your cell phone be going off like it did just now.
It did.
Bam, bam, bam.
With
So
Black
That time when
Sabbath.
you didn't turn your noise off,
I'm
Your
so
noise.
sorry. I-
even though you
actually, no, the
classic
I don't know.
Jerry.
Classic Jerry. Penile implant. I'm thinking,
I am
my thought on
horrified.
that is that if you have to do that, you're probably in the wrong relationship.
Well, right, because I mean, when you resort to those kind of things, there's obviously other things that are not right.
Well, I could see
You know?
I could see some people because like a lot of I don't know. There's like some people I don't know. I could see some people doing it just for the sake of like almost like a wedding ring type of thing. Be like I am so into you that like let's do this because I will
Gonna
never
put a
ever do
Volvic
that. You know,
ring
like
in with the
I could
wedding.
So yeah, I mean I could see somebody doing it as like a romantic gesture, but like
Romantic gesture. Wow.
You
that
have
Wow.
that.
seems
Somehow I don't
sadistic to
equate
me.
that with romance.
It's
I'm just saying.
embedded under your skin in your genital area.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But when they're having sex together, does that mean their phones are going off constantly?
That's probably why you get it in both is because like that way like when they come together they probably have a sensor that goes off.
Do you
And
think
if
it makes it better?
And if it goes in anyone else, it probably
So
that's when it lights up.
it's like a genital nanny cam.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
when you
crazy.
use a fob on a thing and then it gives you the red
On a
light
thing
as
and
opposed to the
stuff?
green light. Like
Right.
when it's like green light when you do it together
Oh,
and then
I
it's like a
see.
red light.
She's a pop singer. She doesn't
Unauthorized
do
entry.
words
I
and
sing pop
explanations.
music. I don't do.
She doesn't do explanations or words.
Unauthorized entry. I like
Unauthorized
that.
entry. So if that's the case, you know what it would also do is you wouldn't cheat because you'd be like, I can't do that. I can't go
but
there.
again, back to the main point. I mean, if you need that,
Yeah.
you've got other issues.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
if you
Yeah.
need it, but like
Seriously.
if you're just doing it because you're doing it as like a wedding ring thing, I could see that, I guess. But like I wouldn't do it personally. I could just see.
Well, Liz, what do you think? Would you do it if you were like in a serious dating situation, just to make sure?
Never. Even if I was married, I feel like it's an intrusion of my body.
Right.
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
what if
it
you
was
are
that important?
by yourself?
If it was that important to like a partner or something, like maybe I don't know.
I think you probably shouldn't be with them. But that brought me to the fact of monogamy, because there's a lot of, and I started to kind of looking at that, going, well, what about that? And I didn't pick this because Fee's revelation.
That was a long time ago. That revelation's been around.
I
The
didn't pick
relationship
it because you're
is
here,
new.
is what I'm saying. What I told you before. Does that
Listen,
make
I'm
sense?
a pop singer. I don't do.
Listening. I don't do listening or
I
conversation.
don't do words or listening.
Words,
or,
words,
anything like that.
explanations. Nothing.
Nah.
So you're basically a pop singer. Period. Nothing else. No parenting.
singer.
No. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I don't do-
So is it a myth? Is monogamy a myth? What do you guys think? I mean, is
I don't know. I mean, my parents have been married for 52 years. So
well, we're talking about monogamy.
that is monogamy in the extreme.
Maybe.
Right? I mean,
Maybe.
isn't it?
No, marriage I guess in itself is not monogamy, but like I don't think it's a myth because I mean there are people that are married for that long and
Well,
they don't
it's
cheat and they're
certainly
totally
implied,
fine.
It's implied for sure.
right?
But they
That doesn't mean it though.
But they say that monogamy doesn't exist in nature anywhere. It's very rare in all
Interesting.
animals.
Except for penguins. Check yourself.
It's very rare.
Surely there are certain animals that mate for life.
Yes, she picked one. Penguins.
Well, I
Have you
believe there's
seen
more
the
than that. There's got to
documentaries?
be more than just penguins. There has to be.
Yeah, there's more than penguins.
It says the study said it rarely exists in the animal kingdom in its
Yeah.
pure form.
Well, there's rarely other animals that make cameras and
Wear makeup.
have opposable thumbs and
True.
go to space.
We're talking about monogamy. Go to space. Are you talking about chimpanzees?
You're equating humans to every other animal, saying, "Oh, it rarely exists everywhere else." Yeah, but humans don't exist. There's no other species on this planet that's creating houses.
I'm not saying it. I'm saying the study I read. What I read
No,
was
that's
they
fair.
did a study,
I'm just
and
saying
infidelity from a biological perspective
It's just not a valid
rarely
comparison.
exists in humans, and the entire animal kingdom. It rarely exists in its pure form. I don't know what
Well,
that means. Pure form.
They're ridiculous
Interesting.
because the pure form means like open and honest monogamy. That's like your parents. It's not implied. It's actually fact.
Right.
But it's a ridiculous comparison because it's not valid. you can't compare humans to every other animal. Every other animal is completely, obviously different than humans.
But we are animals.
Yeah, we're animals, but like we're
Just
not.
do it like we do on Discovery Channel. Haven't you heard the song?
But you can't.
We're
compare-
animals.
What other
You
animal
and me, baby.
creates
We're mammals.
society like us?
Oons, 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 oons,
Are
oons.
you dissing the animals because they can't create a society?
Listen, I'm just saying.
I think she's an
that,
animal
you know,
hater.
like,
She's an animalist.
You know, sometimes, you know, like, lesser life. I'm kidding. I love animals.
I know they're awesome. You do. Oh my gosh.
I really do.
She brings them.
I'm just saying, there's not. It's not an equal comparison. It's apples.
Okay,
to
so
oranges.
then they said that why are we monogamous? Because they looked back and they suggested that early on we weren't monogamous because it was all about perpetuating the species, like with other mammals. But studies suggest that the sexually transmitted diseases probably reduced the polyamory in our ancestors. So that makes sense. If everybody's doing everybody, like
Did
diseases
you get your
start.
facts from only one
Yeah,
site?
I'm
No,
like,
that's a different one.
wait
I
a
had like
minute.
4. I researched. I actually
I feel
researched
like
for the
these people
show.
are all morons.
Right. Yeah,
Sorry, I'm not
like, wait a
sorry.
minute.
They're ridiculous.
Why
This
is that ridiculous? Tell me why. That makes
Because
sense.
there's so much more that
Well-
goes into the creation of society and the societal norms and the thought processes behind it.
I think that
so
makes
much
sense.
more than that. It's not STDs.
Animals have relationships based purely on utility.
Yes.
Right? That's what these are
Most
about.
of them.
Those relationships are about procreating.
Right.
They're about, gathering food. They're about protecting young. But
Yes.
as humans, we have an entirely different set of criteria and expectation when it comes to these things. And that's where concepts like monogamy can actually come into play.
They
Well,
said
well,
that.
and-
You're
and,
very.
like-
Look at that. Look at him go. Whoa, no
Well,
flies
the
on
thing,
him.
like, if I was going to pin it on one thing, I would say it's probably more religion.
Well, they weren't pinning it on one thing. They were saying one of the reasons.
One of the
would be
many reasons. Why would they
that
highlight
sexually,
that one?
Because that would be a good reason to not be having sex with every single body. In
Well, that's
the,
only
in
one
the
reason.
camp.
No, that's why they make condoms and.
No, we're talking ancestor. Who is she? I'm sorry, she's a pop singer. She doesn't do history. Anyway, I'll. Liz, do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what the study said? I'm not saying it.
No,
Because-
I
Yeah,
get it.
no,
I just
basically
think they're
there's a-
stupid.
I mean, sure, it might
Sorry,
be.
Liz.
But they
No,
did
it's
say
still-
what Jerry said.
There's
Sorry
like a
to-
trend.
It might be against our primal nature or something,
Yeah.
in terms of, attraction and procreation and things like that. But again, it's that notion that, as a species, we have created layers on top of that, can enable things like monogamy. So, in the wild, of course you don't have monogamy because you might run into another animal and never see that animal again because they don't have cities.
And they
don't
wanna
have
procreate to keep the
clubs,
species.
And they don't have
Clubs.
Neighborhoods and.
I mean, I don't know if
Chimpanzee
it's a chess
club.
club. I mean, whatever it is, but I mean, they don't have the social structure that we
Right.
have.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what you said about protecting young was another reason why they think
Sure.
polyamory stopped and went to monogamy was because the male could better protect the young, their offspring, if they're in a family.
Sure.
Like
What?
with one.
What? No. What?
No, in our ancestors. Why? Because they're saying that our nature is polyamory, but we tailored into monogamy. We're talking about cavemen or
I
whatever.
don't care.
think, right?
Cavemen should know better than anyone that, like, 2 dudes protecting one chick is way better than 1 dude protecting
Not you. No, not the girl. The kids. The young.
kids. Whatever. Kids. 2 dudes protecting 1 kid is way
Yeah.
better than.
Well, I thought that
one
too.
dude.
Actually, when I read that,
These
I was
people
like,
are ridiculous.
okay, National Geographic. You've heard it. Phee says nine.
Listen,
Nine.
National Geographic. Get
Nine.
the facts straight. Chickity, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Okay, then I have because I like the lists. There's 4.
Right.
These are what they say are 4 must-dos to find, grow, and thrive in a monogamous relationship.
Interesting.
I'm not going to ask you. Do you know about monogamy? I'm kidding.
Always picking on me. Always picking on me. I've
His
had a
dates are
few
so young.
dates.
I bring him diapers to the radio show.
My God.
Oh, you got a date tonight? Let me get the papers.
No, I did not bring a date tonight.
Well, good, because I didn't bring any diapers. He's not a pedophile. Get over yourselves.
You're always busting on me. I swear.
Yeah, well, you can take it. That's why.
I have an active social life. It's true.
Very well put, sir. Very well put. Okay, number 1.
Classic Jerry.
Do the monogamy for you. This, you know what? When I was reading these, I actually thought, how stupid. These are like guidelines for any relationship.
These people are morons.
They're all different people.
They're all morons. Everybody.
This was written by a girl who oh my gosh. We've got a little bitty audience over there doing like a moron dance. That was good. A happy moron. Very nice. Okay. Moving on. Don't write letters to me.
Okay, so
send them to Phee.
You tell me how to make ourselves.
Send your
You tell me
comments
what
to
they
Phee
say to make ourselves socially acceptable. Go.
No, not. Anyway, if you want,
success to monogamy,
or really, when you hear them, you'll know. Okay, 1, do it for you, right? You got to do stuff for you. You got to know what you want. 2, choose your partner carefully. Duh. 3, understand your own. I'm sorry, I can't read my writing. Understand your own sexual desires.
What does this have to do with monogamy? This is for your own human. This is just bettering yourself on the daily.
Let's get to 4. Let's get
4.
to number 4.
4 is for
Be
fours.
yourself and ask for what you want. This is just like basic relational, social.
This is not even relational. It's just like human
to be
survival of being
Right.
yourself.
content and exactly.
Interesting.
Morons, all of them. Morons, all of them. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to
This
the right.
is why I sing pop music. I don't read articles. Or
Clearly.
news.
Wow. Well, that ended fast.
That's what she said.
So wait,
a shower at least once a week. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Now we have Liz. Are you dating?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Do you practice those 4 things? Because those are good goals to set.
I know I do.
Have you written a list of your like non-negotiables? Like, I will never be able to be with someone who has this thing in the middle section is I could deal with, and then the other stuff is good?
I just have a list of like non-negotiables, things I won't put up with. But I don't categorize them.
But do you abide by them, or sometimes you're taken away by, oh my God, he's so sexy, and you just...
No, I mean,
what's an
I
example
think
of a Liz
every
non-negotiable?
situation, you got to take into account like the context of the situation, you know what I'm saying? And then go from there. But yeah, there are some non-negotiables.
Okay, what are those?
So,
For you.
Cheating.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if he says, I made a mistake in my relationships, and...
Once
well,
a
why would he
cheater,
admit
always
it?
a cheater.
How are you going to know?
Yeah, I'm not going to know. I have
Once
to
a
distrust.
cheater, always
Exactly.
a cheater.
You think?
Oh yeah.
How do you know that, Jerry?
Classic Jerry.
Classic Jerry.
Speaking as a non-cheater, I'm just saying once a cheater, always a cheater. You either have that in you or you don't.
Unless you have understanding about it and choose to educate
Yes.
yourself and recognize that maybe if you're a cheater, you
Are polyamorous.
exactly, and then you
Well,
can instead choose to have open and honest communication instead of.
That's all fine and good, and I think everybody should be what they want to be, but at the same time, cheating implies the violation of a very distinct social contract.
A trust,
between
yeah.
you and your
Right.
partner. So, violating that contract with no regard to me is, that's cheating. If somebody finds that they're just not the one person at a time type, that's cool too.
But you have to talk about it.
But you have to honor whatever contracts you put your name on, right?
Good
'Cause
on
if
you.
you don't, you're a cheater.
Well, that comes down to lying. Lying is that. Lying and cheating.
That would be, they're the same thing.
Yeah,
If you're a liar, then-
they kind of go hand in hand, don't they?
They
They
do.
really do.
What's another one, Liz? What's your another?
Like when there isn't
I'm trying to get you a date. No, I'm just
clear-
kidding.
Right? Hook me up, please. Clear
can call the number.
communication. Lack of clear communication drives me insane. It's like, just communicate. Be honest.
Yes.
Right.
And that's knowing yourself and being content with yourself enough to say something, to be honest. Okay, one more. Let me hear. Maybe 2.
Let me think. We talked about cheating. So, like, for me, disrespect is a big one. So
What does
like-
that look like?
Well, like
Cheating? Lying? No.
Yeah.
Fighting fairly, right? You have to
But-
fight fairly. When you have a disagreement, you have to be able to communicate and be respectful of each other without sort of getting into personal digs or
Yeah.
you know,
Mean-spirited would
trying
be
to-
one of mine.
trying to
Yeah, like
exploit
the
somebody's
meanness
flaws
or like with my ex-husband, I mean, he would speak very foul, like he would use cuss language at me and towards me, and it was like, I can't do that. That's abuse, Don't just
Yeah.
respect me, and I'll respect you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, that's good. You're single.
I am.
What are your non-negotiables? Any? None. He's like, it has to be a girl.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly dynamic. So
What does that mean? You're dynamic in the
well-
dating scene. Wow, that's a good word.
So what that means is that in terms of context, you know, I tend to agree with Liz. You have to take things in their context and sort of work through that on its own merits. But I mean, non-negotiables definitely cheater. You know,
If she has kids,
no, I'm all right with that. I mean, I have daughters. You know, I'm okay with all that.
you have two daughters, right?
Yeah, I do. So, I mean, I'm single dad. Kids live with me. You know, full on into parenthood. I'm cool with that.
He's not a pop singer. He can parent.
So, I mean, non-negotiables. I don't know. You know what it is? Here's the non-negotiable. If the person doesn't make you feel good, if you don't enjoy being with the person, when it turns from something that you want to do to something that you have to do,
Right.
you know, that's a big sign.
That's really well put.
That you're reaching non-negotiables. You know.
That's really well put.
Yeah.
Good.
I think I have one more, Megan.
Okay.
So like when people don't want to grow and progress.
Yes,
and, like,
that was one of mine.
growth and like. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
Right.
improving yourself.
I like a
reaching your
learner,
goals.
like continuous learning about yourself and how to
And each
better
other.
With
And
I
each other.
remember.
and each other. Yeah.
And each other.
Yeah, I remember being in a marriage, you know, and he was kind of like just stagnant, and you know, I'm growing and growing and growing, and it was like we were two different people after a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
You too?
Right.
Yeah, right? You too?
I mean,
you too.
I don't know anything. I sing pop music. I don't know things.
Relationships don't do that.
There's only two ways to grow. You know, when it comes to a relationship, that's either together or apart.
No,
Right?
I think you
That's
can
all
grow.
got.
You can grow in different ways, but if you're both growing, then you get it. Then one isn't jealous of the other. One isn't bitter with the other because they're growing and they're not. But if you're both growing, you'd be like, "Hey, that's really cool. Support one another." You know.
I still feel like it stands though. You're either growing together or you're growing apart. Doesn't mean growing together is in the same direction with the same interests at the same time with all the same stuff. It means you are either growing and nurturing and
Yeah.
supporting each other together.
I think I just said
moving in a direction,
I'm kidding. Classic
or
Jerry.
you're growing apart.
No, I'm with Jerry on this.
Very well done. Yes.
That's true.
How are you so articulate?
I got wordsly good.
His think real good. My think usually not so good.
Luckily for
speak.
me, I've made every mistake possible. So you know,
Well,
You're an
learned.
expert.
You
I
done
am an
learned.
expert.
He says it with a smile. I've done every mistake possible.
Yeah,
That's good. That's growth.
right. It is.
Oh.
growth.
So,
Yep.
hold
So
on.
Bronco season's starting.
Hey,
I'm
Broncos.
kidding. I don't watch sports. I sing pop music. I don't do sports.
We're developing a list for you, Pete. Things
Hold on,
that
I think I
Pete
missed
doesn't
something.
do.
Keep
Which is basically
talk amongst
everything.
yourselves. I'm
Basically
verklempt.
everything.
I don't do
I'm verklempt.
time or emotion or relationships or
No.
words or
No, I don't. I definitely don't.
Oh,
do
I know what
relationships.
I know. I had a viewer was sending me stuff.
Psych.
Sorry, but I can't read that little bitty writing. Okay, so he was sending stuff about the monogamy thing. Keep talking amongst yourselves.
So
Wow, this is epic.
describe when you first found that polyamory was
Yeah,
there for
that's
you.
interesting.
Well,
How did you discover
when
this?
I was a strong young pup.
And what did that experience look like?
You know, actually, the first time I was like introduced to the thought process of it, it was actually from a friend of mine when I had moved to Hollywood, and he was actually his name was Anthony. He was on the Showtime show Polyamory, Married and Dating. It was actually his show, but him and his wife Lindsay were They were actually polyamorous swingers, which I'm definitely not. But to each
Wait
his
a minute. Polyamory swingers, how does that work?
Well, you have multiple loves, multiple relationships, and then you just bone on the
Other
side.
people?
Yeah.
Wow.
You sport bone while you have multiple relationships. So it's like you could have one boyfriend here or like a husband that you live with and have a kid with, and you could have a boyfriend that like Like there's people I know who, you know, this couple, they, you know, they're married, they have a kid, and you know, while she was even pregnant with her child, you know, like she would still be like with her boyfriend, and they've been together for years and years, like her and her boyfriend, and you know, like even when she was like pregnant, he was the only guy that like she would hook up with, but then, you know, at the same time they'll go swing.
Where do they go swing? What do you mean by that? What do you just go in a bar and go, hey, cutie?
Actually, sometimes, yeah. But there are specific swinger like clubs where you can just go and you know, hook up at said club.
Huh.
I've never been to one, but I've heard about them.
Huh. Have you been to one?
You know, I've heard about those too. I've never been, but I've heard that they're actually organized groups of people that execute these things. Like
that would be really awkward.
They take over entire floors or entire clubs. Yeah, I've actually heard.
Yeah.
I had some friends that did that.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I did go to that hotel takeover. That was like I didn't hook up with anybody. I just like actually bailed on everybody.
And so what that experience
from
was
the world.
Interesting. That was in Vegas, and they took over a whole floor.
A whole hotel.
The whole hotel?
Yeah.
Wow.
For the weekend.
Wow.
It was a hotel takeover for the whole weekend, and I don't know. I mean, like, you know, I went to the pool one of the days and got hit on by a bunch of couples, and like, yeah, you want to go play later? I was like, yeah, I'll be around.
And then you left.
And then I bailed.
She left and just walked around Vegas by herself.
But no, they're cool. Like, well, and the nice thing, you know, I will vouch, like, they, you know, it's like, it's not for me, but like, they are like the safest people, honestly. They're like, it's like, honestly, like, you are probably less likely to get anything from somebody who is like a legitimate swinger or poly person than like any normal, like, mono serial dater or whatever.
Right,
honestly.
right.
It's like they, you know, it's like, because you'll go to swinger parties, and it's like people bring their recent tests.
Wow.
I was reading about that for the radio show, and some people require it.
Yeah,
Most of them do.
And it's not
they
even
want to
people,
see your,
you know, but people in like the lifestyle, it's like they don't even get offended. It's like, it's expected that you would ask that question, even in the middle of a party, in the heat of the moment. It's like, okay, hold up, everybody in this room who's about to get down. When was your last test? When was your last test? When was your like?
You don't have a test?
I've seen
Take a cold shower.
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like
That's good, yeah.
Nobody gets offended about it. It's just, you know, it's just what they do.
Policy.
I think that's, you know, awesome. And why would they get offended? It's just keeping safe.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and everybody appreciates it because,
Mhm.
you know, it's like nobody wants to deal with that.
Nobody. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, no, it's actually like it's a really cool group of people.
So you learned about it in LA when you met those people,
Right, yeah,
And
no,
then,
so I met
but how did
about
you know
it.
you were?
Well, when I looked back on my life, I realized that I've always, you know, had multiple interests at a time. I you know, you push them off because it's like, you know, like there's like society telling you like that's not right. You can have only one. You know, it's like it's faux pas. That's cheating. That's you know, something you have to like push down and hide. And, you know, when I, like, recognized that, well, actually, it took me a few years because when Anthony, like, I was hanging out with him one night and he described to me, you know, the thought process behind him and his wife because we were hanging out on a night that his wife was out on a date with another dude. And I was like, what? Excuse you?
How old were you then?
I was 18. And, yeah, and he was, like, describing it to me and I don't know, I was, like, confused and I didn't really get it, and you know, it took actually like a couple of years after that for me to, you know, really like ingest it and be like, you know, this is something that was even okay, and then like from accepting it as something that's okay to like recognizing that it's actually how I've been all along.
That's really interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. So when did you kind of come out, for lack of a better term? You know, come out of the you know, and tell a love interest.
To live the thought
Yeah,
process.
yeah.
There you go.
Well, it was actually shortly after I wrote Mexico. Like I said, I had like an experience, like, and I actually fell in love with somebody else besides the person I was married to at the time.
Sorry.
Oh, classic Jerry, way to go.
I know, sorry, I pulled a Jerry.
Well, they
But no, I you know, and I had like feelings for somebody who I wasn't with, but I still had feelings for the other person, the exact same. It didn't change anything. And, you know, I just like, you know, I really just broke it down instead of like being like, you know, like demonizing it. I just wanted to like logicize it a little bit, you know? So I just kind of, you know, talked to myself about it, and I realized it's not it doesn't demean the feelings that I had for the other person to have feelings for the next.
Right.
And that, in fact, being open and honest about those feelings can actually make both relationships a billion times better.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Open, honest
Yeah, but that's what it
communication
comes
makes
down
everything.
to.
Yeah.
That's that communication.
Yep. And being
Right.
honest, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's got to be tough, though. It's such a new thing.
You know what? It's a lot less tough than lying to yourself and
yeah.
having to try to sleep at night.
Yep. Good
Right.
call. I think we're about to go to break, though, aren't we, Liz? Yep. So, yeah, we're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back with our last segment. We'll have some announcements and more Phee music.
Oh, my.
Motel Minute. Motel Minute. Hi, Mom, I love you.
World Viral.
If you're getting high in Colorado today, enjoy it.
Colorado Harvest Company.
Colorado Harvest Company. Colorado Harvest Company. Colorado Harvest Company. Colorado Harvest Company.
World Viral.
Hey, it's Pat Searcy down here at National Speaker and Sound on South Broadway. Come down and see us. We're now carrying Charvel, EVH gear, along with Mesa Boogie, Paul Reed Smith, Nash guitars. Come check us out. Mention World Viral. Get 10% off.
Okay, so you can get recreational marijuana for fun, but some people need the medical benefits of cannabis. Know someone that needs a medical card? You can save money by simply seeing the right affordable medical marijuana doctors. Herbal Health Systems. You can book an appointment online at herbalhealthsystems.com or call 303-237-1223. Herbal Health Systems. herbalhealthsystems.com.
I wanna celebrate a piece of you. I just love the way you move.
World Viral.
This is Timmy. I'm Fred. You're not in our band.
I'm Chewy.
That's my lady. We're from Red Stinger and we're watching World Viral TV.
You watch it too.
Actually, Have we ever watched it? We're gonna go watch it right now.
Start.
Hey, this is John Exoff from Texas Hippie Coalition. You're watching World Viral, sponsored by the Colorado Harvest Company. Get you a fool, baby.
10.
This is the Medina Grooves. You're watching Music Buzz Live on World Viral TV, presented by Colorado Harvest Company. Yeah.
Oh, hello. You're putting lipstick on. I'm over here just chatting. We're just having fun. We're just relaxed.
I was trying to make out, and I made my lipstick go away.
It didn't go away. It just went on him. Leave that smile. Oh, well, this is a new set for us. New people, new set, and it's relaxing. Like it's pretty comfy.
Like it?
Yeah, I do.
like
Yeah,
it,
Cool.
yeah. This is Music Buzz Live set. Say that 3 times fast.
Music
Buzz Live's set.
I don't think I can say it once.
Chad
Listen,
Drew is.
I sing pop music. I can say things.
You can't say things and stuff. Okay, why don't you sit back? Well, you know what? Have a nap. There she goes. That was easy. It
ain't easy being
actually
cheesy.
one of the hosts, Chad Drew, is going to be on our hashtag next week. But Liz has something for us to talk about, something serious,
Oh, yeah. This is.
and it's on her heart and mind.
Yeah. This has been on my mind because I grew up just outside of Boulder. The John Benet Ramsey kind of still
Right.
unsolved.
Right.
Still
Right.
pending.
Yeah. What's the latest?
So apparently the latest is that the brother
Yeah.
went ahead and went on Dr. Phil.
Right. You talked about that a couple weeks ago or last week. Something.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Did you watch it?
I did. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I want to stream it, but you know, he's grown up now, and he's probably about my age and maybe younger.
16.
Is he 16 now?
No, I'm kidding
No.
Because you're so young.
No.
I'm razzing you.
Oh, but he went on there, you know, and it just brought about the conversation again. Like, what's up?
Yeah, what happened?
You know, what happened?
Right.
So what are they concluding? I mean, is there is anybody speculating strongly?
You know, one of the major networks, like maybe CBS or NBC, did like a 2-night special where they went through all the investigative stuff and they sort of revisited all of the evidence, and they came to the conclusion that the brother did it.
That was 9 News.
The brother?
Or that was 9 News put that out.
NBC.
NBC?
Yeah, it was like a major network show.
Wow.
I mean,
Why would
it
a
was
major network?
show.
Are they detectives? I mean,
Well,
why would they
so
do that?
They had people that were allegedly experts in all these areas and like really well-known people in the areas of investigation that would apply. And they ultimately said the brother did it.
Wow. And do you know
heard
why?
that
Did you
too.
hear why? I know his
Something about
affect
a
was really
flashlight,
weird.
Like basically he had a flash of anger and bashed her with a flashlight, which then cracked her skull and that killed her. And then everything else after that was sort of put on.
Planned.
To cover up. Yeah.
Cover up.
Yeah.
With the parents.
That's what they said. I mean, that's one group of.
Why would they do those
dipshits,
horrific things
but-
as a cover up? Like they did some nasty, horrific things.
Yeah. they
I mean,
did it
that
right,
is-
evidently.
I mean, if people are fond of comparing us to animals,
Really?
it just comes in everyone's nature, maybe.
I suppose, yeah. They
Well, we
lost one
also
kid
have
they
free will and
didn't
control.
wanna lose to.
Yeah, so that's why you
self-control.
can't make the comparison. I'm sorry, I was bringing it back.
Anyway,
around.
yeah, she's bringing it back home to Jean
Full
Benet
circle,
of all
full
things.
circle. I do this.
Holler
Jerry
back.
knows.
It's a holler back.
I know that I heard a lot about how odd he was with Dr. Phil. His affect was really strange. He was very, very, very weird, odd, just very odd
He's
behavior.
introverted, I think.
He's what?
Introverted.
That weird. I'm an introvert.
He's an introvert, like to an extreme level.
I think
believe.
he's got some mental illness.
It could be.
He looked like it
Could
when I
be.
saw some clips of the show.
Well, don't we all?
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Right.
that's what it takes to make it in this world.
Well, that's
what I'm saying.
Mental illness is one of those things that changes definition as time goes on. So
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know,
Well, they include a lot of stuff in that
things
now.
that were mentally ill 50 years ago are, normal sort of maladies today.
Well, now
So-
and normal maladies now they say are a type of mental illness.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
They're
all kind of
morons,
societal.
all of them.
Morons trying to turn us into 1984.
Well, now I also heard an expert talking about how Dr. Phil should be held liable because what he did was trapped this kid and asked him questions that an investigative psychiatrist would ask on camera and sabotaged him to get to the truth. And that's why I think a lot of people were like,
on the show.
well, that's, yeah,
It's
but
not like he was kidnapped.
But
he knows
he-
what Dr. Phil does. That's what Dr. Phil does. Have you watched the show?
I used to. No, I don't have any respect for Dr. Phil. I used to, and then I started angrily
You're like,
yelling
he's
at him.
kidnapping people. I can't abide this.
No, he'll say, he says mean things to people now. He didn't used to do that in the beginning, and now I don't like mean people. I can't be around meanness. Meanness,
Yeah. There's
meanness.
only so
I don't have a
many
tolerance
people-
for.
Trying to raise the shock value.
There's no
only
reason.
so many potential murderers you can interview before you get a little jaded.
Well, mean. I know. Well,
I'm
jaded is a
kidding.
choice, and actually being kind is a choice too. Just be nice. It's a choice, and everybody can do it. It's harder to live that way than to just be meh, 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 F you, F you, F you. Like that is easy. Give me a break.
No, okay.
Takes a lot more strength.
Sleep at night.
Nah, I don't think. I think half the people in the world walk around to
I
sleep.
think the reason that, well, of course they do, but I think the reason that people,
Of course, morons.
a lot of them,
Word of the night,
You're all
morons. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can't. I just can't.
She's a pop singer. She doesn't remember things.
She's not really like good at showing up or hanging around.
showing up,
or doing
hanging around, doing stuff,
or-
talking,
I'm great at
remembering.
showing up. I just do it on, like pop singer time.
Fee time.
Fee time,
In my free time.
which is a pokey puppy time. And don't ever go into a public bathroom with her because you'll never get out.
It's
You
not
won't
even
get out.
Public bathrooms? Are you kidding me? Normal
Any bathroom.
bathrooms are 10 times longer. I'm sorry. I like to be clean.
I'm not arguing that with you. I'm not arguing with you at all. Guess what? So
Listen,
there. The best way to get to her is just don't argue.
Don't argue.
You can't tell me what to do.
Exactly.
Let her be.
Just let her be her.
Let
me
Fee
be
You know what?
Fee.
You do you. You do you better than anyone.
Thank you.
So I want to announce a new segment, and I think we do have a little picture for you. This mic keeps sliding down, I think. What's happening? That's what she said.
That's a good one. See what you did there.
Bam. What I want to do is I've gotten a lot of feedback from viewers, and so what I want to do is the last Tuesday of the month talk about what they want to talk about, and I think we have an example that's going to pop up. But
All
don't you think
right.
that'd be fun? You could
That would be awesome.
yeah, you can message me
That'd be
on
great.
my Facebook or the Ladies Room Facebook or
Right.
Counterculture Facebook.
Counterculture.
We could do it on there too.
Any of those things.
Yeah. So there's an example of what does he say there? I can't see it. I see a reflection in the window,
He
but
says,
Honey.
honey, I have a confession.
oh, this is for the cheaters. Wait,
I have-
this.
oh,
that was
this
for the
isn't
cheaters.
it?
No, go ahead, show it. That was funny.
I have another woman.
Oh my.
She's got like 10 dudes.
Irony.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we have another another screenshot of the messaging, like the.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have that one.
All right. Well, I don't remember what he said. Oh no, I do. Fred said,
No, wait. There was this rabbi.
and he walked in a bar.
No, wait. No, it was a priest.
Wait, there was a
Squirrel
squirrel.
in the bar. Why'd he do it?
Have you heard
Why'd
her
he do
joke?
it?
There was a girl with a duck under her arm, and then
Have you heard Fee's joke? Her classic joke?
I've not. Let's hear your.
Oh, it's
classic
so
joke.
good.
my
Okay,
gosh.
brace yourself.
This
I'm
has
glad
been
you're
around
sitting down.
forever.
Here
I'm
we
glad
go.
you're sitting down. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Why did the squirrel walk into the bar?
Why did the squirrel
Why'd he do it?
walk into the bar?
Why'd he do it?
I don't know.
Because he was freezing. Get it? Because squirrels have fur.
Yeah, so that could be any animal. Mammal.
Yeah, that
Except a
was-
human.
No, it's a squirrel.
Is
It's a squirrel.
Megan,
Yeah.
it
That was
was
horrible.
it'd be interesting
Oh, there we go.
if you
Hilarious.
did a segment on good looks in the workplace. Does it help or hurt your chances of getting hired?
There you go. Yeah, so that was that's an example of what a viewer might want to talk about.
Is that a serious question?
Yeah, no,
okay,
he was
here's
serious.
my answer to this. I think it helps your chances of getting hired and increases your chances of getting fired.
Why is that?
See,
Because if you don't put out to the person that hires you, you get fired.
I would say
And
it
there's
depends on the
jealousy,
job
too.
that you're going for.
Sorry, Jerry, what?
It would depend on the job that you're going for. So if you're trying to get a job as, a stripper versus a job as an accounts payable clerk, then the level of your attraction would apply in a linear fashion as you go across.
Could you use human
that
words?
Continuum.
That continuum. Linear fashion. What
Could
is
you
that?
catch up?
Could you
Yeah.
break that down for me? Linear fashion.
Right. So,
Like a straight.
So if you draw a straight line.
Am I off my nut here? That just like
No,
break
no.
it down,
No.
man.
If you
Third
draw-
grade, okay? Think of third graders.
If you draw a straight line from accounts payable clerk to stripper,
Okay.
all right, along the x-axis of a graph, and then you take another line and you shoot it from left to right up the y-axis of a graph, the hotter you are, the better your chances of being a stripper.
Okay, Liz is a math teacher. She has a master's in
You
math.
see what I'm saying, right, Liz?
Yeah, actually, he's right.
I didn't doubt that.
Well, the way he's describing the math or whatever,
Yeah.
but he's
This is
basically,
the-
yeah, no, his math makes sense to me.
Okay, we don't talk
Thank
math
you.
in the ladies' room. I've never seen a girl go into the bathroom and
Never.
go, you know what? This linear fashion that this dude is coming on to me is direct conflict with the other guy that's really hot. And on the y-axis, I think maybe my chances of the hot guy versus the guy who's really into me, right?
Guys, we actually have a scale for that. So along the x-axis, you have hot, and along the y-axis, you have crazy.
So guys do that?
Yeah. So
X hot, Y crazy.
Y crazy. So as hot and crazy go up, there's actually a sweet spot that you should date girls in. So
Now, yeah, I get that.
If she's above an 8 hot and below a 3 crazy, that's called unicorn zone. It doesn't exist.
It's a myth.
Right, it's a myth.
So why bother?
So you want to find a sweet spot somewhere between hot and crazy.
This is ridiculous.
That makes sense to me.
This is
It's the same
ridiculous.
concept. It's the same concept.
Okay, well that makes sense. Okay,
It's
now
far
I
as
get it.
attraction and employment goes. I
That-
mean, it's
okay,
just-
now I get it.
It's
Yeah.
a simple binomial. You know, it.
But I think Phee and Liz were onto something though. It's easier to get hired maybe, but
Hold up,
I
though.
think with the jealousy and the
I've got one thing. We're assuming these are men hiring.
oh,
Social
she called
bias
us
in full
out.
effect. Social
chicks.
bias.
Oh,
Yeah, it could go either way. Let's be real.
Social bias in full effect.
so you think if the woman trying to get the job is hotter than the one hiring, she won't get the job?
Yeah, I do. I think you know what? Honestly, if you think about it that way, I don't think there could be any possible correlation because it depends on each individual and their own insecurities.
Sure.
The hirer, not the hiree.
Both, maybe. Who knows? Because you don't know. Maybe if like a chick who views herself as ugly walks in and there's like a really pretty chick interviewing her, then maybe it would decrease her chances of getting the job because she would be tripping up on herself because she would be self-conscious.
Right. Well, that makes sense. But he specifically said if you're good looking, does it help or hinder? So
Yeah, that's in the eye of the beholder.
Good
So
call.
that's true.
Good
you
call.
could be
Someone could be really, really pretty, but
fantastic
think they're
looking.
horrible. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right,
So
right.
it just comes
Good
down to
point.
their own personal feelings.
Well, especially as you get older, right? As you get older, you learn to sort of look past, somebody's, exterior, and you sort of see behind that, and you see the person
Well, you would
that
hope.
lurks behind the boobs and the hair, So you.
How crazy is she?
Right. Crazy. Boom. Y-axis.
I'm
Y-axis.
sorry, she's an
Thank
8.
you.
Boys,
I think I'll
it's
walk away.
all about the Y-axis. Don't forget that. All about the Y-axis.
As people get older, you're right.
the
You would think that.
X-axis.
I keep waiting for that, for people to do that when they get older.
Right.
Some people don't.
Right. You have to be able to determine.
That goes back to what Liz said about non-negotiable. You have to be
Right.
able to grow.
That's true. That's true.
So that's an example of what
This
our
is
new segment will be like.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's going to be totally ridiculousness.
That's
And
a
we'll just
ridiculous
take
question.
your. It's not a ridiculous question. No,
You know,
there
they
are no
say
stupid
there's
questions.
They're only stupid people.
Your words,
Just
not
kidding,
mine.
I don't know you. I can't say you're stupid.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, never mind.
I don't know who asked that question.
I know you don't. I do.
I think it's a great.
I don't
segment,
actually.
though.
I,
It's good.
Facebook friends.
It's good to throw
I
those
think
kind of
it
questions
is.
out there because, there's meaning to it, but there's also qualification and context. So somewhere in the middle of all that lies.
Yeah, I feel
what
like
we
to
understand.
yes,
right?
and as human beings, if we ask somebody who asks a question, it's not unique to them. Other people
Right.
are thinking it; they just haven't asked it.
Right.
So yeah, we're just here to
Yeah,
help.
well, if you don't ask it, I guess you can't break through to realizing that it doesn't exist.
Imagine a girl. Imagine a girl that is an engineer, and she is a brilliant engineer, but she also happens to be, supermodel hot. will she ever really be appreciated?
Whoa.
for
Hot
her
chicks
engineering
don't
abilities?
engineer.
You
Yes,
know
they
what?
do.
I'm totally
Oh.
kidding.
I'm
Come on
raising
now.
a couple.
Have we
I'm
met?
Just saying.
I'm totally kidding.
Wait, what was your point though?
I said I'm
What's
raising
your point?
a couple, so I mean, my point is simply that I mean, there's flip sides to that coin where somebody can see, oh man, she's pretty, she's gonna get ABC, and then the problem for that person is they go, oh fuck man, I'm pretty, and all people see is ABC.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, because society puts a lot
Assumptions.
on that. We have a really like sexually driven society, so
Right.
it's just it's a societal norm that people are brainwashed into thinking they can't get past it because they have they don't try. Or have a
They
reason to push
lean on
past
the
it or-
assumption. Yeah.
It's true.
Well, yeah, a lot of people just like don't have a reason to try to see beyond it.
Leading the witness.
Yeah, so they just get
What?
stuck in the societal norm.
What'd you say?
and-
Well, like leading the witness. So imagine if you were in a trial or something, and your societal inputs and the amalgamation of that is the lawyer, and you're sitting on the witness stand. You're always being led because you're always going to be driving towards what that amalgamation says.
That's what Dr. Phil did with John Bonet's brother.
Right.
Was he led him?
Right.
He asked these leading questions, and
Socratic
he's a
method.
professional at it. So this kid was like unarmed, basically.
And as a philosophy major, I can tell you that one of the biggest and oldest methods of inquiry is Socratic method. And Socratic method says, never ask a question that you don't already know the answer to.
Very
so
good.
He stacks those up, and
Yep.
he gets to the conclusion that he wants to get to.
Exactly.
Of course.
So he did, yeah.
They killed Socrates for it, but I mean.
For doing it or coming up with it.
Okay, so but here's
We
the
don't
thing,
want you to
though.
know who we are.
Here's
Stop
the
asking
thing.
us questions.
With the Dr. Phil thing, it's like, okay, at the same time, how many years has this been going on?
20. This is the 20th anniversary.
20 years.
Wow.
It's been going on 20 years.
Day after Christmas, right?
He's been implicated or at least involved in this for 20 years. He's been asked questions by how many professionals, and he agreed to go on this show. It's his own damn fault.
Well,
But no,
let's-
they never
let-
did interview him.
Let's be clear about something.
You know
though.
he got interviewed by somebody.
The authorities didn't. See, right, Liz? What did they say?
No, because he was like a minor.
9, he was like,
and,
yeah.
Right.
I mean, the cops tripped up every way they could.
And
Okay,
Liz
so-
is hitting the nail right
So
on the head
no,
right
but his
now.
whole family was interviewed. You think he wasn't a part of it in some regard?
Wait.
Like he knows. It's not like he's unfamiliar to it.
So there's a couple of things here, and you got to realize that simultaneously during this time was or immediately prior was the OJ trial, right? So
that's right.
Yeah, so there was a huge point in time where people with money and the justice system and the outcome of said process were in question, right? So one thing the experts agree on is the Boulder DA and the Boulder Police Department, all the officials associated with it, screwed the pooch horribly.
Yeah.
And they're also agreed that they did that because these people had money and influence.
Yeah, they knew him.
The truth will probably never really be known because
The mom is
opportunities-
deceased.
Right,
Yeah.
right. The opportunities to obtain the truth were lost in that initial mishandling.
Yeah.
Everything else is guesswork. Right?
It is. Yeah, exactly.
It really is.
That's too bad. That's too bad. She was she seemed like a sweet little girl. What do you think? You have a daughter, don't you? You have 2 daughters, and you have a daughter.
True.
What about the whole mystique of the beauty pageant thing for the little girls? That kind of creeped me out.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't know. I honestly, when this all happened, I was like 6 years old or something.
I mean, well, I'm just talking in general.
But like,
You were
I don't know.
John
I mean,
Bonet's
I
age.
watched the shows. They're
What?
hilarious.
She was John Bonet's age.
Bunch of creeps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Bunch of creeps.
You know what? I mean,
Morons.
dress your kid up like a little doll, like whatever. To each his own. Like
Right.
Clarissa does it.
Oh.
She sits there every day,
You have to bring Clarissa in
dressed
sometime.
up like a doll. I forgot Frank. Actually, I was gonna bring Frank, and I
Frank would scare
Classic
us.
me,
Girl.
forgetting
Classic,
Frank.
classic pop singer, forgetting things. She doesn't remember things or do music reading or
Right.
cabbage. Now, well, what's happening at Herman's this week? Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, because I work here. I totally know.
Because I wrote it on a card for you. But anyway, she doesn't read things.
Hold up.
No big deal. We're working it.
There's a new segment.
We just talked about that. Awesome. Don't forget to give me your viewer input
There's a
because I really want to
Make-A-Wish
talk about
show.
it. I want to know what you guys want to talk about. Otherwise, we're not going to be dimensional. Yeah.
There's a Make-A-Wish show on October 8th.
So this Saturday, Make-A-Wish Foundation is having a concert here for Alyssa because she wants to go to Disney World to meet princesses. I think you should come because you're a princess.
You really are
I'm a princess.
a princess.
You know what's really sweet is that I was at one of her shows. I was covering the. It was like a fashion show, and she was singing at it, and she had a fan come up the first time.
Nice.
The fan found out that she was there, and she's like, "Can I meet her? Can I meet her?" And she was crying. This fan was like, it was like she was the Beatles.
Oh wow.
It was.
How did that feel? Was that awesome or what?
I don't know. It was confusing. Yeah, I got really. I don't know. I was like, don't cry. Do you want a hug?
Do you need a hug?
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't know. It's like you make a chick cry. You feel bad. I don't know.
It was a happy cry.
Yeah, well, it was weird for me.
It was sweet.
I was like, I'm just getting my makeup done. I don't know, I'm just me.
Nice.
Yeah, it was sweet.
It was really weird.
So come out October 8th. I think it's, how much is it, Liz? Do you know about that?
Oh, I'm not I think it was 10.
Donation 10, but bring more, you know, because this is to Make-A-Wish Foundation. And Maddie Plumline is, right? Plumline? Anyway, you'll know who it is when you get here.
That made so much sense.
There's there's 6 bands.
Yes.
And they're really good bands. They're all like cover bands, but they're like the best cover bands around. And yeah, so come on out. 6 bands, October 8th, here at Herman's. When is it, like 7 p.m.?
Doors at 7.
I keep
Nice.
Liz is always here, so I'm assuming she knows everything. She's the brains.
Somebody's got to be.
Liz, what was your conclusion? What made you want to talk about the JonBenet thing?
If you want to know the truth, my students have been asking me.
Oh, really?
Because they know I'm kind of like, I was alive and I remember it happening. So they're like, will you tell us about it? We want to learn about it and research it because it happened here in Colorado. And I was like, duh.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old are they?
About 16, 17, 18.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So when you were looking at it, what was your conclusion? What's your professional opinion, Brains?
You know, I think the brother did it.
Yeah.
I think out of jealousy or out of some kind of rage, something happened. He snapped. And I think he did it, and I think they covered it up.
I think you're right. That would account for the letter and all that stuff. But anyway, it's tragic.
Yeah.
It'll never be answered.
Indeed.
But they have the DNA. Aren't they going to look at DNA? Sorry, I'm
I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe they dropped the ball on that.
DNA, but you know they haven't found anything that leads them to another conclusion.
It's okay.
At this
At
point.
least you're not going to have a key when you reach the gates of hell.
Oh, I'm going to have a
Just
key.
saying.
I'll have a fob. It'll just open.
No, you're
walk up
gonna
and
have
it'll just
like
open.
an implant in your vagina.
Oh.
You're gonna walk up and it's
The
be like,
implant.
it's a match.
Oh.
Green light.
Swipe.
Come on in.
Someone's phone's going to be ringing off the hook up in here.
God's phone.
God's phone's going to be, oh no, what?
Swiper, no
And then
swiping.
it's gonna get
I
really
expected you.
because then you're gonna realize you've had, 2 implants.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm saying you have a matching implant. It's nobody's phone's gonna ring. That's the whole point of the implant.
Oh.
The phone wouldn't ring.
All right.
Did you watch the clip?
Yes, I did. A couple times. I'm looking at Liz for time because I feel like we might be done. Okay, good. I would say my internal clock. Well, that's gone. But the other one,
I
because
do.
you produce at kzkoradio.com.
I do.
Our radio shows, and he knows that every now and then I'll look at him and go, "Isn't it time to go to break?" Because I feel like we've done enough.
Oh, you think that's bad? Like try having Nagozik freaking behind the glass. Oh no, he plays